What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are going to talk about 3 different coins today. We're going to do a bit of a shitcoin showdown, but these are some more top tier shitcoins, right? We're going to talk about Link for Mr. Inflection Point, and then for the Unleavened Baptist himself, we're going to move down to XDC. And then from there, we're going to talk about Zcash or Z-Trash, as my man Smooth Operator, who requested it, would like to call it. So we're going to talk about Link, and then XDC, and then Zcash. Those are the coins we're going to talk about, and in that order. Okay, so starting off with this, Mr. Chainlink. Looking at it here, you guys, you know, I don't remember, because I know I've made videos throughout this whole range. You know, for a time there, I was convinced that we were going to go to new lows with Chainlink, but I think my last video I made, and I'm pretty sure the one before that even, maybe, if not the last one for sure, I called this, you know, I think that we have had the low. I think that the low is in. If we go lower, it's going to be a flash crash and a quick recovery like this one was. But I think we already had that. I think that's exactly what that was. And I think we have an accumulation phase. That's what I think this is. It's a sideways movement, accumulation phase. We're coming to an end of our volume, right? Volume started to build finally here once we're moving up. So I think there is interest in this thing going upwards. I very much would not expect that it goes lower. Personally, I don't think that's going to happen. I do think that we're going to continue to go upwards. Maybe from here we go down. We'll get into the finer details, but all in all, you know, I really do like Chainlink a lot. It's one of the best cryptos. Let's see, in the space, in my opinion, man. Let's see. Come on now. Is it not? I got to refresh this page. We'll just maybe delete it and restart entirely, because it's not doing, it's just a non-responsive page. I've noticed that when I leave CoinGecko up specifically, it tends to bug out on me. But okay, here we are. Link. $4.2 billion, okay? Is Link a 100xable coin? That put it at a $400 billion market cap. I don't know if it's worth that, but I think it could reach that market cap. I think it deserves to reach that market cap. You know, maybe not for a long time, but long story short, I do think that Chainlink is a 100xable coin. You know, so where could it go from here? Well, the sky's the limit. Maybe it doesn't do a 100x. Maybe it only does like a 20x, a 10x, a 50x. You know, something still great. Still, you know, nothing that anybody would be upset about. I definitely think it's going to achieve new all-time highs. I want to see Link USDT on Binance here. Yeah. Definitely, you know, volume is dying off. It'll probably come back in once we break out of this range. And when we break out of it to the upside, again, I really would expect that we are going to go to new all-time highs. And the minimum price target based off of this kind of like fib from all-time high to the recent low that we had, the minimum extension would be at $102. And that's, you know, that's a pretty psychological level right there. A 10x would be all the way up at $75, almost $76. So that would be just a little bit over a 10x. You know, the 1618 is all the way up here at $234. Maybe that's the extent of it. I know I was saying that Chainlink is a 100xable coin, even from the current price it is. But it might not achieve that. You know, a 13x is still fine. A 30x is still fine. If it were to go higher, you know, we're getting a bit ridiculous here, but you know, a 50x, for example, would be a $210 billion market cap, and that would be in some of the deeper extensions to expect. You know, let alone, I don't think that we'd see this 1272. So, you know, based on this fib range in its own right, I wouldn't think that we get 100x. It's possible to land anywhere. You don't have to land on these lines, but just from the look of it, I would stay more conservative and aim toward like a 31x and maybe like a 13x at like a minimum. You know, something like that is kind of what I would expect. Is it possible that it can go higher? Sure. Chainlink's been around long enough. It's proved itself. It's one of the more impressive projects in the sphere, and it still has remained relevant. I definitely think that it can do great things. It's definitely 100xable, but will it get there? Just because it is 100xable doesn't mean that it will get there, and that's the real question. So I do think that it will achieve a market cap that's greater than $100 billion. So, you know, damn, I would think, I guess, at least from here we'd see more than a 20x. But, you know, enough of that. Let's actually get into the real stuff instead of just the ideal stuff. Looking at this RSI here on the weekly, We did, we are kind of, oh man, let's see. I mean, higher highs, higher lows. It looks strong to a certain degree. Sure, we got into the bullish area of control, and then 1 week, and then we came out of it the next week. I don't know. I'm not too worried about that, though. I think this RSI does look good. It leaves room. We could come down. We're overall in this range here still. Maybe we do come back down to find support on a relative area of previous resistance, previous support, something like that. Somewhere down around $6.40. Maybe higher, maybe lower. Let's see. Man, very nice reaction off your 618. That's very nice to see, man. This kind of look, I really would expect that you're going to see the extension of this move here in a matter of no time. Look at that, man. Bouncing right off your... Just beautiful. Literally beautiful. You broke above it. Yeah, man. You're on your way. I don't think it's going lower, man. I mean, if it goes lower, like 650 at the 656 at the lowest, but I doubt. I honestly, I like the way this looks. Let's see how this week develops. We still have 6 days and 22 hours left, but that was a nice weekly close, man. Bounced right off your 618. This overall look to me, I was already thinking it before I saw this fib, but this overall, because again, okay, I'll show you what led me to believe this. This reaction off of your white zone, off of your sweet spot, your 618 golden ratio zone, just how you held it. You didn't close below it, you wicked below it, sure, but you held it and you respected it very well. And you came all the way up and just blasted through your 382, blasted through your 236, found support on your 236 even. You didn't reject off your 0.069, though you did find resistance off it. I wouldn't call it a rejection. That kind of look in itself would lead me to believe that we see extensions from this move here. But even without that, I would believe that you'd see extensions because of this positive reaction on the 618. Just like that, like you broke above it, found support on your first attempt. Beautiful, man. I think Chainlink does want to break out of this range. I do. I think it's going to happen soon. Very soon. I don't remember when my last video was, if this was already in effect or not, and I'm repeating the same information, but I might have forgotten. I don't think it was, but very beautiful look, man. I think that this thing goes, $9.47 at a minimum. That would kind of make sense to turn around from there. It's been an area of resistance multiple times. But we've been in this range for so very long now. If we got up there and volume started to increase, we really could break through it and go all the way up to this purple line. These are, this gives us room for deeper extensions. I would think that we would move up to the purple line. I don't think that we'd hold. This is the kind of scenario where I would look for deeper extensions. Maybe we do get stopped out at the, not stopped out, but we get a little hold up around $11. Maybe. I genuinely would expect that we see a move up to this 1886 or even the 2272. All the way up at $14. Here we are at $7. I think Chainlink's getting ready to do some shit, you guys. Mark my words. By the end of the year, it's worth $7.60. By the end of the year, maybe even by the end of the month. This is on a weekly basis, so maybe I should say by the end of November. Let's say by the end of November, I would think that it would be above $10. And probably below $14, but probably closer to $14 than $10 would be my expectation, genuinely. I think it's getting ready to make a nice move. Good job, Chainlink holders and Link Marines out there. You guys, your patience and your DCAing is about to be rewarded. I genuinely think this thing is about to just explode. You're in a range, man. You're in a range like this, how you would measure a range, just traditionally speaking. If this is a horizontal range, I forget what it's called. It's called a box or whatever. I don't know. Definitely a horizontal range of sorts. This is like a fake out, so I'm not going to include that. You can include it, but it's better to be conservative and be surprised than to be not greedy, but greedy and have your expectations not met. So from here to there, the way you'd measure it is like that. That would be your price target, all the way up at $17. So could you hit deeper extensions even than the 2272? Sure, absolutely. That would put you all the way past your 2618. Sure, you could go there. That's a very small fib scale. Let's see, man. Let's really see. This is a good looking chart, you guys. I gotta say, I'm going all over the place because I'm trying to find a good point of reference. Look at that, man. It's right around your 0.5. You could go straight above that. Look at this, the 1886 and stuff. That's right there by your 382. Previous area of support, right there. Form it as some resistance. Come back, test support on previous areas of resistance would all make sense to me. Again, if you break this white line, if you go above it and then you come back down and break below it, that's not the end of the world. You still got this 236. I know I have a bunch of lines on here. I'll delete them. But, yeah, man, I just wonder. I'm just curious. Let's just see here, okay? From the absolute bottom to, okay, it still doesn't hit that 618, but close enough, Yeah, man, very bullish. maybe I was bearish in saying that it'll go above $10. Let's say above $12, man, or around $12 to maybe $16, something like that. I think you're going to have a very positive reaction soon out of Chainlink, guys. RSI looks strong. You're in the right realms of strength for it. You could come to. I don't think you're going to go much lower, though, man. I don't think if you were to go lower than the previous week, it's not going to be by much, and it's not going to be for long. That's for sure. Yeah, I like it. I like it. The daily itself looks pretty strong. You're finding a little bit of resistance on your 60, but you're holding this area. I think it looks fine, man. Like, I think it looks fine. You could come down a little bit lower, sure, over your coming days, but man, I don't know, man. It wouldn't surprise me, like, if you did not go lower than this low. It really wouldn't. You're trying to figure out what to do here. You have a flat top with an ascending low. I bet you go up, man. I really do. I really truthfully do. The 4-hour looks kind of bullish. Yeah, I would say it looks bullish, man. Look at all this. You're hanging out in the overbought zone, staying up in these bullish areas. You get down, you don't even touch the oversold zone, and you bounce up like this, and you're just showing neutrality while slowly you have this flat top, and you are ascending in your lows. You had like a fake breakout there. That could hurt you short term, though, temporarily. This is the 4-hour. The daily and the weekly look so strong, so whatever. I'm pro on it, man. I think it's going up. Expect prices between, I'd say, $12 to $17 by the end of the year, probably by the end of November, honestly. Like, it's going to happen soon. You're going to get a nice pop out of this overall range. Good job, Link Marines. Okay, enough of that. Let's move on to the next one. XDC, for all the ravers, you XDC ravers, because it's like ecstasy, right? I don't know. Link Marines, you're the XDC ravers, or maybe not. Maybe you guys hate that. I don't know. You guys love to rave about this coin, though. It's been a while since I've talked about it. On the weekly, you know, I know I had a lot of naysayers up here that said that we would not go below 5 cents. There were a lot of people, you know, for a while that thought we weren't going to go below 5 cents, but here we are. Still below 5 cents. We actually had a week that closed below 5 cents. I do think, you guys, that this has lower to go. I do. But maybe not much. You know, it had, look, just be real, okay? I don't hate this coin. I like this coin, actually. I think that it's going to do very well in the coming bull market. I'm not trying to talk crap about it. But look at this run you had. You're just having a normal retracement. You go lower from here, guess what? You're forming a higher low. Bullish things, okay? So if you're in the camp of like, it can't go lower, it's already gone low, well, how's that been playing out for you? You know, like, it's been psyching you out, giving you fake moves up this whole time, right? Like, these don't look big, but look at this wick. You opened here, you went up 11% in the week, and then you dropped a total of 17% from your close, and then you continue to go lower the following week, like, and then here, you know, you had a nice move up, looked very bullish, had like a bullish engulfing look, and then you just came all the way back down, had a wick that was bigger than your overall week, and you've gone down since. All in all, you know, I think this thing it's strong, it's showing its strength, but I think, yeah, look at that. You're finding resistance on your 382. You found support on it, closed below it, confirmed resistance on it, literally confirmed it with last week's close. You had a lower weekly close off of this rejection area. With this kind of look, you guys, I'm not trying to be the bearer of bad news here, but with this kind of look, you generally would expect to go to the 618. I don't expect the 0.5. I don't normally look for the 0.5, but I will give it to it in this one. The 0.5 could be an area we bounce, and there's a few reasons for that. You know, I take this line here, put it at this previous low of area of support here, right? Sorry, I can't talk. Area of support right here and right here. Area of resistance right here, area of resistance right here, and it comes in line with the 0.5. Can you go below this line? Can you go just above it and not touch it? Sure. It's not a magnet. It's not a wall. You don't have to meet this. It's not a requirement. You can break through it and find your bottom somewhere in the black here. It doesn't matter, okay? But what I'm trying to say is there is a lot of support, a lot of action throughout the history of this chart that would indicate that we could bounce around 4.3 cents, somewhere around there. Maybe a little bit lower is what I would think, but there's also, again, with this kind of look, you guys, I kind of would expect that we'd go to the 618. Now, I want to put a line on here from this low to this low. I mean, if we were to move to the 618 and hold this kind of ascending trend line here, we would have to do it by next week. So we have about 14 days to do that. Can it move down that far in 14 days? Well, I mean, it moved up way more than that in 1 week, so I think yes. I think yes is the answer to that question. But let's just see. Let's see, how far is that? It's 26%. Yeah, cryptos can drop 26% in 2 weeks, definitely. So it could happen. I don't know if it will. I really do like this 0.5 area. I gotta be honest, I do like this 0.5 area. I wonder about the relative fib. Let's see. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Let's see, relative. Low to high. Look at that, man. Look at that shit right there. Okay, hold on. So low to high here, low to high there. Your 0.5 splits this golden ratio zone of this move up right here. So yeah, maybe you do find a low somewhere around, 4.2 to 4.5 cents. I would think closer to this 4.3 cent, this previous area that you found lows. I would, yeah, I think you go a little bit lower. You really could find a bottom there. Don't be surprised if it goes lower though. If it goes a whole like half a cent or a full cent lower than that, don't be thrown off, because it can do that and still be fine and still be totally fine. Let's look at the, overall, I think that XDC is going to do tremendous in this coming bull market. Look at this, man. Resistance on your 618 on the first pass is to be expected. You're finding support on your 382. Oh man, this kind of looks good, actually. This actually kind of looks good. Wow. This is a good bullish argument right here. Man, hard to say. Relative fib, relative fib versus the overall, like it's hard to say. Oh man. Because this kind of look, you guys, if you can continue to grow, would look like you'd break through the 618 on the next one. But I don't know, man. You just had a week. It depends. If you break through this 382, then I do think that you go lower. Leaves a little bit more room open to that 618 zone, though, doesn't it? Huh. I was trying to talk about the bullish stuff, but I'm looking at this. Yeah, that 236 splits this sweet spot down here. Man, hard to say. Hard to say. This line, this 382 is important. That is important. You're still holding support on it. So if you can close weeks above this, if you can get a week to close, first things first, get a week to close above 5.18 cents. If you can do that, the bullish effect will take over again. Okay, the ball's in the bull's court, because this would actually look really good. But if you close below 4.77 cents, not so good. Probably meets those either around here, right, at this previous bottoming area, previous area of resistance here, either meets that, or it comes down to this 236, somewhere around 4.3 cents to 3.3 cents, something like that, or 3.4 cents, So those are your lines in the sand, Cross this line, you're going down. Cross the line here on this closing weekly basis, which again is at 5.18 cents, you're going up. And I don't mean crossing it as in wicking it. No, I mean crossing it, because we've already done that both ways, right? We've crossed above it, wicking it. I mean on a closing basis, okay? But let's talk about the bullish stuff, okay? I think if XDC is to generate new all-time highs, which I think it will. I do think it will. And I know, guys, I know this isn't the all-time chart for XDC, but it's the only one that's like on a exchange that I actually respect. Let me see. USD. Yeah, this is, I guess I have a little bit of respect for Bybit, maybe. I just don't know anything, no disrespect to any of the other ones other than Bitfinex. I don't really know anything about, and Bittrex. I don't know anything else about any of the other ones, but KuCoin is the one that I out of all of them is definitely, I think, reliable and trustworthy. From this chart alone, okay, let's look at the Bitfinex chart. I know, I'm being confusing, but let's just look at it, because it's got more historical data. Real quick. This would give us a minimum of 37 cents. I just want to see if that matches up. Okay, yeah. Okay, we're relatively in the same area. So I'm going to use this chart. Minimum price extension, if we were to achieve new all-time highs at 36 cents, in the expected range, the maximum would be like 80 cents. So 36 to 80 cents in the expected range. If we're looking at XDC on CoinGecko, XDC network, you have a market cap of $684 million. Is this thing 100x? Well, absolutely. 100x for this thing would be $68 billion in market cap. It definitely can achieve that. Will it achieve it is the question. A 100x would put this thing all the way up at nearly $5. Okay, and that would be all the way up here in these deeper extensions. Can that happen? Absolutely it can. But let's stay focused, let's stay grounded, let's see how we interact with this white zone whenever we break above it. We can go lower from here, we can have this, and we already have this rejection. It can still be a positive reaction, but let's just see how we react with it the next time we come up, and I do think we will come up. All in all, I would say I think XTC gets new all-time highs, probably goes to the 1272 to the 1618, somewhere in there, and from the current price standpoint, that would be an overall increase of like a 7x to a 16x. So yeah, you probably do go a little higher than that. I would think. Maybe you see deeper extensions of 20-something x, maybe a 30-something x. If you were to do a 100x again, that would be all the way up here at about $5, somewhere, you know, just below that. Your 2414s right there. You really could see prices go up here by the end of the cycle. The weekly RSI does look a bit strange to me. I would say neutral. It looks neutral, but it looks weak at the same time. Like, it looks like it wants to come down. I don't know. I would think it wants to come down a little bit. I don't think it needs to go to the oversold zone, but probably wants to come down a little bit. On the daily RSI does look weaker. Yeah, it definitely looks like, I would say this looks like it wants to come into the oversold zone. Lower highs, lower lows. I think you do want to do that. Maybe you go lower than your most recent low in price, but you form some kind of bullish divergence on your daily, and then you have a nice move up afterwards. I don't know. I do think this looks bearish though. So yeah, in the more immediate term, I would think you do go down. It's really, you know, it's hard to say right now. I know I was very bearish at the beginning of it, and I still do kind of lean to that bearish side. I say very bearish. I would just say moderately bearish. But this fib to me looks bearish. Looks bearish at least for, and the daily coinciding with that looks kind of bearish, and the weekly RSI does look bearish too, for a minimum of like a 13% to, you know, maybe a 35% drop. But this overall fib that you have here, this one, as long as you hold this 382, man, it looks good. It looks good, and you are holding it right now. I'm going to delete this one so you can better see it. As long as you hold that, it looks good. So hold 4.77 cents. If you can close this week above 5.18 cents, then we'll talk bullish things. But at the moment, I'm bearish. I don't think you're done going lower yet. So that's all I got for XDC. Hope I didn't drag that on too long. Let's move on. We're going to talk about Zcash. What is Zcash? What is it? Is it ZEC? That's right. Been a while. Been a while, Zcash. Zcash has been around for a while too. Let's see. Nope. It's been around since like 2017, 2018, hasn't it? Let's see. 2016. Hey, there we go. 2016, baby. All right. So we're going to let's see if we can find something that has historical data for this thing and volume. Kraken, yeah, Kraken might be the one. Okay, so Zcash, you guys, does not look good. Ztrash, indeed, smooth operator, not good. I don't like it. Zcash is irrelevant, man. Bye-bye. We really don't have to go more into it than that. This looks like shit. Yeah. Volume is increasing as you're moving lower. You have been through multiple bear markets. Okay, I'll give you that. Lower highs, but now you're forming potentially lower lows while things are looking bullish. You have a flat base down here with descending. Like, this might be the most bearish chart I've looked at in a very long time. I don't like it at all. To be fair, if you were to have a bounce or some kind of recovery, and most of crypto was to have a bounce right now, you would bounce from here. Maybe Zcash does have a bull market rally. Maybe it does, you know, through 2025 or something, move up and just overall form a lower high, something like that. And then it comes down, and then maybe it comes up again. Like, maybe it doesn't shit the bed, and it's because of this crypto bull market that it stays relevant, or like at least not dead. But the next bear market, you guys, if not soon, this thing looks like it wants to shit, man. Not in a good way. This is not a good looking chart. Weekly RSI looks like trash. Daily RSI looks like kind of strong, actually. Would imply a more immediate move up, I would think. Maybe you do go up a little bit here. Yeah, maybe move above this purple line. You're at $26 right now. Maybe move up around like $30 or less. I don't think you're going to make a significant move off of that, though. Let's see. Something like from top to bottom here. Yeah, maybe move up to about $30. That's right where your sweet spot is. $28 or $29 there, almost $30 there. So right in that sweet spot, I bet you go there, find resistance, and then you continue to go down. Weekly looks like shit. Daily RSI gives you a little bit of hope. I'd say that it gives you a little bit of continuation, but you do look like you're at the end of your ropes with this. You know, you're kind of rolling over. 4-hour RSI does look weak, but not too bad either. Kind of weak, but you could be at a place where you would turn around from here. So again, I do think you might go up a little bit from here, but all in all, Zcash, boo, man. Boo-hoo, boo-boo. Not good looking. Yeah, the 4-hour on Binance looks a little bit better. Daily doesn't. I mean, it looks the same, you know, still decent. It's the best thing is the daily look, I would say. Yeah, maybe just go a little bit higher. You look like you're breaking out of this range, but probably not really, right? It's probably like an optical illusion. Yeah, maybe you do break out of this range. Maybe you do. Maybe it's a fake out and then you go lower. I don't know. I don't like it, man. I really don't like it at all. The volume profile is a bit different on the Binance chart. This is a lot smaller, right? We only have since 2019, so I don't know, man. You got listed on Binance like in 2019. What were you doing with the USD pair? Yeah. You got, I don't know, man. I don't like it. Oh, this is on the 6 month. What am I doing, man? There we go. I really don't like it. Yeah, I'm not gonna keep talking about it too much, I guess. Very bad, very bad, man. Yeah. So, anyways, with that, you know, of the 3 coins to end the shitcoin showdown, which one do I think looks the most promising as of right now? I would say Chainlink. Chainlink, that should come at no surprise. I think XDC has more potential for gains overall. It might perform better overall, but I don't know, man. Don't sell Link short. I think Link, I really do think, you know, if I had to say between these 3, Zcash is out of the mix. It's close between Chainlink and XDC, but I got to give it to Chainlink. I think it is the most bullish looking chart for the immediate term time frames. And yeah, that's all I got for you guys. So if you liked the video, if you enjoyed this shitcoin showdown, leave a thumbs up. I appreciate all the likes. Subscribe if you guys would like to see more. I will see you on the next one. Take care. Have a good day, good night, wherever you are. Bye-bye. Bye-bye-bye.